Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm gonna be showing you all my knuckle rollers. I will also include my planks and my knuckle baton, of which I have just one. Just, because I think these fit together nicely. So, yeah, let's just get started. So, first off, I've got here, it's the OG size wood knucklebone by Around Square. Yeah, in general, about knucklebones and knuckle rollers, for me, it's probably the skill toy I'm like most comfortable with. About um, not dropping it very often, and I kind of use it in a hybrid way, like partly just for fidgeting, like for the fidget factor of like rolling it, but also I really like the skill toy aspect, and sometimes I just like try to learn new tricks, although I'm like quite slow on that. um, so yeah, so this is the wood knuckle roller. I've actually got two of these. I'll just be reviewing them together. I believe this is Wenge wood grain version. It's already got a bit like oiled up, but honestly, I don't really use either of these very often. I don't know why, but I think I'm just in general not the biggest fan of wood as a material when it comes to fidgets and skill toys. Um, but I will check out what material the left one is, because it's actually a bit heavier than the Wenge, which is why this is the one that I usually prefer. Let me actually check the weight. So this one's like almost 10 grams, while the Wenge is below 8 grams. So yeah, 2 grams more, which might not seem like a lot, but with these kinds of things, 2 grams actually does feel like a noticeable difference, especially for stuff like thumb rolls. I find that weight is a big factor when it comes to like these kind of momentum moves. So, um, and in general, I've just over time gotten more and more into heavier rollers. So I really don't use light rollers that much anymore, which is why I like keep like just throwing these into the nether. Um, but yeah, they have quite a good grip. While it's kind of like humid and hot right now, so my hands are a bit sweaty. So normally they also can be quite smooth depending on the climate. But right now it's a bit sticky because yeah, it's like super hot here right now. But yeah, definitely like the heavier one more. I'm gonna stop rambling because this is gonna be too long of a video. Um, but yeah, round square wood. Next up, I'll just bring both of these out. It's the OG size in white Delrin and the large in white Delrin. So in general, when I get Delrin, I kind of usually prefer white because it's like the natural color since of the plastic. I find that with colored Delrin, sometimes it's less. It's a bit more sticky or like a bit more grip, I guess, which can be wanted. But I think in the case of Knucklerollers, when it comes to Delrin, the strength of it is how smooth it is and how well it glides. Not right now because my hands are kind of sweaty. Like when they're dry, it's like really smooth kind of rolling. I think in general for me, I like the OG size more. It just works better for moves like the pop, like that, because it's shorter, so it can like go here in between. While the bigger one, it's kind of just more substantial. Like it feels like a bigger object in your hand. Weight-wise, I think Delrin is in general heavier than wood. 14 grams on the OG and 20 grams on the large. So yeah, definitely heavier than the woods. It's a weight that I like more, definitely. I still don't use these that much anymore, but for a long time they were like some of my favorite rollers. It's just that I prefer the heavier ones right now. So yeah, but in general, Delrin is just one of my favorite materials. Here I've got a OG size titanium. Got a cool logo here in the middle, a round square, and it's a sandblasted, with which I really like the sandblasted finish that a round square makes, because they like kind of aggressively blast it so that it gets this like very unique feel as compared to like other sandblasted finishes that I've tried. Yeah, this one, it's one of my favorites at the moment, maybe even my absolute favorite. It's definitely the roller that I use the most at the moment, especially because I like also carry it a lot, and you can see some signs from the drops here. My rolling's not really gonna be that good right now because my hands are kind of sweaty from the heat, so it's not gonna, so it's gonna be a bit harder. Anyway, weight wise, it's here at 44 degrees, so definitely a proper weight, I would say, for a roller. Really nice thumb roll momentum. Yeah, nothing more to say, just it's really good one. It was one of my first rollers, but I sold that one, and then I got the same one again in a luck sack, and since then it's kind of been one of my go-tos. So yeah. Next up, it's I'll just bring both of these out. These are my only two modular types. I'll just do the knuckle baton at the same time because I got these at the same time. So first off, it's a red Delrin middle here with stainless steel ends. I've kind of personally stone washed these, so the finish is like got a nice subtle stone wash finish. They came like polished, and yeah, it's actually a really nice roller, really nice setup. I generally prefer when the outsides are like weighted more than the middle, so this, because it like kind of helps with momentum and yeah, I really like this setup. Here I've got like the Delrin knobs, which are actually from the baton, and I got the aluminum knobs on here. So this kind of form in the middle, it's aluminum, the long one, with the branding here, Saidbysed, I believe. And this kind of form, it's like quite nice for rolling, but it's not as good for like this kind of end manipulations, just because, you know, it's kind of like slimmer here, as well as the like thumb rolls, it's not working as well. But I would say for rolling, this is a super nice form, especially with the aluminum ends. I just prefer to have the aluminum on this one, so that's why they're not here. But yeah, then here I've got the knuckle baton, which is kind of like an in-between of pen spinning and knuckle bones. I don't use it super often, because also I'm not like I don't know that many pen spinning moves, but I just like to, oops, I just like to use it sometimes. I think it's cool. It's the short version, because there's actually a longer version, a shorter version, in black Delrin, and yeah, aluminum knob ends. Actually, let's check the weight. So this feels quite weighty with the stainless steel ends. Yeah, it's 57 grams. So yeah, quite substantial, but feels good nevertheless. This one weighs 13.5 grams. So actually around the same as the Delrin here, but yeah, you can see it's thinner. Then the knuckle baton in this setup weighs 23.5-ish grams. Yeah, I'm not that good with this thing, but yeah, still fun sometimes. Next up, it's the, I think it's called Slim OG, so in titanium. So if you compare here, it's like it's just the middle that is slimmer, and the ends are just as big. And yeah, it's really nice. Gives a different feel, definitely. A lot of grip with the polished finish. Yeah, I got this in a trade, and I like it. There's the logo here vertically, and yeah, cool thing. I still prefer this one just because of the finish, but actually if I had this in sandblasted, I think I would really like it. For me, it's just that polished finishes only work sometimes for me, because yeah, I tend to have sweaty hands. Oh, let's check the weight. So this one weighs 42.5, so not much difference to this, but a little bit lighter. Then here I've got, I think, the mini or micro, basically the small small thin one in PEI. Got this also in a trade, and I really like the material and how it looks, and also how the surface feels, but for me it's just too light. The smallness doesn't bother me, as I think it's an interesting size, definitely, but it's just too light for me, and I don't really enjoy light rollers. Yeah, barely 8 grams, 7.6, so even lighter than the Wenge here. it just doesn't feel as satisfying to me somehow. Um, then here I've got in titanium a mini honey something with honey it's called, with these ends here. I found the edges here a little bit hot spotty when I got it, which I got it in a trade. But I ceramic washed it, so now it's like quite comfortable. But I still don't really use it much, or don't really like it, because simply I like the ends weighing a bit more, and with the honey style ends, it reduces the weight at the ends. So for stuff like thumb rolls, it doesn't carry momentum as well, so just doesn't feel as satisfying to me. The size I do like, so yeah, I just prefer the ends weighted, which is why I don't use these much. And they weigh 23.5, so not too much. So next up, I thought I would add these on here, because they're kind of in the vein of a round squares design. These two are by Tito. I got them on AliExpress. They like kind of specialize in titanium EDC gear, and they also offer some knuckle rollers. This one is sandblasted titanium, and if you compare, it's actually thinner than these. That does give it like a interesting kind of feel. Very well made. Whoops. I don't use it too often anymore, but yeah. Weighs 38 grams. Then this one is also from the same makers, the Tito or Taito, and it's polished blackened zirconium. But recently I've grown to like it more and more, as I started liking heavier rollers more and more. So as zirconium, it's heavier than the titanium, so it's a really nice weight. And yeah, really nice. Weighs 65 grams, so yeah. Anyway, next up, I've got two rollers from TIB Studio or TIB Studio. These are made in Ukraine, and is super nice guy on Etsy. And yeah, actually, I first got this one in titanium with these like from him, the copper one in copper, and yeah, it's super nice, to be honest, especially as with this thin design, copper works well as a weightier material. And it's already got this really nice patina, and yeah, do like this roller. So TIB Studio, let's do the weights quickly. Titanium, it's 28.5, and the copper is 40, almost 47 grams. So like slightly above this one, but with a thinner profile, which actually I really like this roller. But yeah, Tip Studio. Next up, I just got it recently. It's the Unquiet Hands Revolver in green aluminum. And yeah, I've wanted a revolver for like a long time, but they're kind of hard to find. And I guess my dream material would be titanium, but actually aluminum, it's also very nice. Rolls quite well. A little bit similar to this, but weightier, so it does work much better for like finger rolls. Its only weak point for rolling is like end manipulation, because it has this kind of yeah, it's a bit harder to control. Whoa. But I think anyway, it's kind of as a multi-fidget, since it spins. I find that that kind of balances it out. So yeah, the spinning, it's very nice, super satisfying. I like to like spin it and then do like a roll and like try to keep it spinning, you know, like kind of avoiding that end while rolling, which I think it's a kind of interesting way to use a roller. Yeah, big recommend. I think yeah, around Unquiet Hands is like one of my favorite designers, and I've put hybrid bearings in here, which I found to be best for sound and feel, as full ceramic I found to be too loud, and like more like pure stainless steel bearings I found to be not too quiet, but there was like almost no feedback. And yeah, so really recommend putting hybrid bearings in here. Yeah, really fun. Weighs exactly 30 grams, so it's a really good weight. And I love the green color, to be honest. Next up, from Zero Gravity Return Tops, it's their Bushido. This is the only roller I've got from them, but I'm still like kind of waiting on a Mystic roller that I ordered back in February that just has been kind of having issues being delivered, so I'll get that hopefully soon. But yeah, this one I can say like it's definitely designed to be used for like as a skill toy, because it just got that really good, like you see the thinness in the middle. By the way, I believe this is aluminum, and there's stainless steel ends, I believe. So the ends are like really weighted, while they're also quite like round, which gives really good surface. It's a really good form for manipulating the ends. So yeah, I do use these sometimes, but based on like the, how to say, like the haptic feel of rolling, I still kind of prefer this one, I think. But I do wanna get more from Zero Gravity return tops because yeah, this is the only one I've got and I really like it, so I do wanna get more. Oh, let's check the weight. It's 32.5-ish grams. So yeah, very good weight. Then my last and most recent one I got from Mamba Metals. I forgot the exact name of this model, but it's brass and yeah, it's really nice, to be honest. I've got like a weird finish, which is like this very fine directioned finish that kind of feels, it was a bit uncomfortable at first, but as I used it, it's now like smoother and it kind of feels like a satin finish, but like really like almost like a textile. And even though it's brass, because of the hollowness, the weight is actually quite nice. Like yeah, really nice roller. And yeah, it was kind of an impulse purchase because I've been wanting a roller for a while, but I've just gotten a bit hesitant on like buying outside the European Union because of custom fees and yeah. But I managed to snag this during a really generous Father's Day sale, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites now. Then lastly, I just thought to show off my planks here. So this is the demi plank, which is thinner, as you can see, in white styrene. I must admit, when I like first saw planks in general, I thought to myself like, what's the deal? Like it's just a rectangle, but it's like not the. It's definitely not like a super mega advanced skill toy, and it's more of a kind of mix of worry stone like feel, and kind of a thing for like, how to say, like low pressure fidgeting, I guess, because with Knucklerollers, like I guess there's always a kind of pressure there to like do cool moves or whatever, and with this it's kind of just, you know, just turn it in the hand, or even just as like a worry stone with the smooth finish. Yeah, the demi plank is, I would say, not easier, but definitely different to like manipulate. Let's do the weights. It weighs 10.5 grams, as opposed to the full size, the nowhere plank, which is just a heftier object. I do want both of these in a metal, as I do think it would be really nice in the metal, but it's like not on my priorities, so yeah. This one weighs 21.5 grams. One thing I was thinking about was actually to model like a kind of attachment to make it like magnetic in certain ways, just to like transform these into like a fidget, but honestly I kind of like them just as they are. So yeah, then I've got here a green acrylic full size plank, weighs 18-ish grams, and this one has more grip definitely, and just a really nice dark green acrylic look. Yeah, I got this in a trade, and I don't use it often, but I do like it. And lastly, that's a purple heart nowhere plank. It's quite light, and yeah, it's really nice. Got it in a rucksack, but I'm just not the biggest fan of wood, to be honest. So yeah, almost 15 grams. So yeah, that's it for this collection. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below, um, or maybe there's some rollers missing here that you would really recommend. So yeah, thanks for watching.